Citi has a new welcome offer on their Advantage Executive Card. There are changes coming to Hyatt that could spell bad news for points value in the future, and I've got a story today revolving around relationships, finances, and a lot of secrets as well. And I really need to get your input on this to see who is right and who is wrong in this particular scenario that was posted online. A lot of stuff in today's episode. I'm Brandon Boyd. Thank you so much for joining me on the Weekly Pointers News Update. My goal is to catch you up on all the news you may have missed regarding credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and everything in between. It is super simple to follow along. On one side of the screen, you'll see a list of topics along with a timer down below and timestamps down in the description below. It couldn't be much easier than that. If you do find this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notifications for alerts. And keep in mind, if you're interested in any cards mentioned in today's video, or any cards for that matter, make sure you apply using my referral link down in the description below. When you apply using that referral link, it greatly helps support the channel, and I can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. We've got a lot of stuff to cover in today's episode, literally, like a ton of stories, a lot of things to cover. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Now, I have to make mention of this because a couple of weeks ago when I put out my news video on MGM severing their relationship with Hyatt, I did say that I anticipate them to come out with an announcement very soon with a new partner, and lo and behold, the day after I put out that video, they have made the announcement. So Marriott and MGM have announced a multi-year partnership. Now, this new partnership will go live in October of this year, 2023, and it will include the creation of the MGM collection with Marriott Bonvoy covering 17 MGM properties and over 40,000 rooms. So this comes literally right on the heels of them announcing the severance of their relationship with Hyatt. More details, I'm sure, will come out about this as we inch closer to that October timeline. So I'll keep you posted on that. I just wanted to give you the quick update. Hey, watching this channel, you can predict the future sometimes. Who knew? Hyatt is making a change that, while on the surface could sound very good, makes me very, very nervous about the future of points redemption in the World of Hyatt program. So Hyatt is switching booking systems and will use Sabre or Sabre. Anybody ever watch the Office episode I'm talking about?
Sabre.
The changeover will occur in 2024, and according to Hyatt, this system will allow flexible calendar searches, enhanced room rates and views, and more efficient booking. However, the downside of all this is that we know that this system will also allow for the possibility of dynamic pricing, meaning the pricing could fluctuate on these properties dramatically depending on the supply and demand and whatever the World of Hyatt wants to charge at a particular time for points redemptions. And this could be a terrible, terrible thing because the World of Hyatt, as you know, is my favorite program when it comes to hotel loyalty programs. You get a lot of bang for your buck with Hyatt, and I fear that this could change quite a bit with this new system. I'm sure they're not going to invest in this big of a system without some kind of return on investment, so we need to keep our eye on this. I have my concerns. Maybe I'm just paranoid and crazy, I don't know, but I see a red flag here, and if I get any more news or information on this, of course it will be on this channel. The changeover is not happening till next year, but trust me, we will be keeping a very, very close eye on it. Citi has a new welcome offer on their Citi Advantage Executive Card. So Citi is offering 100,000 miles after spending $10,000 within 3 months on the Advantage Executive Card. Now, Citi, as you know, recently made some pretty big changes to this card, including the annual fee increase and the authorized fee increase, and we covered that on a Weekly Pointers News Update previously this year. It's not good news with this card. In my opinion, the changes to this card make it to where it's not going to be something that we keep with us all the time. We currently have this card, but I can tell you when that new annual fee rolls around, we'll probably be ditching it. That's just my opinion. Now, if you can make use of the benefits and you can justify it, by all means, keep the card. But in my personal opinion, as somebody that has quite a few cards, this is not going to be one that's going to be a long-termer for us. I hate to see it with this card. Let me know your thoughts on this bonus offer, though, if you're going to take advantage of it. And let me know what you think about the changes to the card down in the comments below. Now let's move over to some really welcome news, and this is coming from American Express. So American Express has added Qatar Airways as a one-to-one transfer partner. Now this isn't a gigantic surprise by any means, considering that Qatar now uses Avios, and American Express was already a transfer partner with British Airways Executive Club, Iberia Plus, Aer Lingus Air Club, and they all use Avios as well. So it's not a huge surprise, but this is a very welcome addition in my opinion. Later this year, Kayla and I will be taking a trip in Q Suites to the Maldives and Dubai, and of course I'll let you know what that experience was like on the channel here. But this is very welcome news amidst all the bad news that I've already mentioned. This is definitely a good thing. One more piece of bad news I do have to mention, all right? As you know, on the Weekly Pointers News Update, we talk a lot about the Target Red debit and credit cards because a lot of times throughout the year, Target will put out the promotion that if you spend $40, you can get a $40 shopping trip. Now, previously, you were able to use that $40 both online and in store, thus making it an $80 bonus. And also as part of that promotion, you were able to get a new Red debit card, for example, every 90 days. Well, according to a Target representative, that will now be changing and you will not be able to get another Red card for 1 year. So this is pretty much going to put an end to the churning of Target Red debit and credit cards. Not necessarily the best news in the world. It shouldn't be a huge surprise though, because I know a lot of people took advantage of that. And that's one of the things, when you see an opening like this, when Target puts out promotions and they put out an offer like this and you can take advantage of it and get a lot of money, go ahead and take advantage of it, because a lot of times they'll end up closing the loopholes once they see how people use these things. Maybe we're guilty of doing that. I don't know. I got a lot of really good bonuses from Target during the period where they weren't so harsh on it, but things change. So rest in peace to those $80 deals and those multiple cards throughout the year. That will be coming to a close if you want to take advantage of the offers that they put out throughout the year. All right, I'm getting sick of this. This is nothing but bad news this week, I feel like, but I have to let you know. So I've put out several videos on Clear. If you're not familiar with Clear, essentially it helps you get through airport security a little bit faster and basically is a fast pass to the front of the line in either TSA PreCheck or the regular security line. It moves you straight to the front using biometric data through fingerprint scans or eye scans. Sounds pretty simple. It's supposed to get you through pretty quick. However, in July of 2022, there was a human error that resulted in sensitive information being compromised, and this has led to the TSA stepping in. Here's where the change is going to come in for Clear members. You are now going to have to show your ID to the TSA agent at some time in the future. They haven't set a specific timeline on when they're going to implement this, but it is coming. But this is just another small thing that keeps adding on, and I know some people may say, hey, just show your ID, what's the big deal? The whole point is with Clear, you're supposed to be able to zoom through the process without worrying about that. You're paying $189 per year. Now, some of those fees are covered with credit cards and things like that, but for those of you that are paying $189 a year to have to go through an additional step, it's getting a little ridiculous. But let me know what you think about this change down in the comments below. There is a new gigantic theme park coming to the state of Oklahoma, and 20 engineers and builders from Disney are participating in this project. So the American Heartland theme park and resort will include an amusement park comparable in size to Disney World's Magic Kingdom in Florida or Disneyland in California. So this is going to be on a 1,000-acre property in the heart of Northeast Oklahoma, and this is just off the very famous Route 66. Now, Oklahoma State Representative Rusty Cornwell, and by the way, I can't think of a more Oklahoma name, I don't think, than Rusty Cornwell, but that's beside the point. He says, quote, located on historic Route 66 just west of Grand Lake, the development will attract visitors from around the world to experience and celebrate the rich cultures and hometown values America has to offer. Now, the plans for the park do include classic amusement park rides, some live shows, family attractions, waterways, and restaurants that will altogether create, quote, an Americana-themed environment, end quote. So the 125-acre theme park, again, is going to be designed by 20 former Disney Parks builders, which I think will go a long way. It's also going to feature 6 very distinct regions, each representing different parts of the American story. So visitors to the park will have the option of staying in a 300-room hotel, which is currently under development, or they can stay in a large-scale RV park. And this RV park will be able to hold 750 RV spaces, and there'll be 300 cabins with amenities as well. So the development is going to happen over time, starting with the RV park and cabins, which will open in spring 2025, and then the theme park and resort are scheduled to open in 2026. Now, this one comparing itself to Disney World is certainly interesting. Now, a lot of people make the trip to Florida and California every year for a multitude of different reasons. I honestly don't hear a lot of people say they're traveling to Oklahoma, but I could be wrong. This could change the game a little bit for Oklahoma. So let me know if you'd be willing to take a trip there to check out this theme park, maybe check out the RV park as well. I'm always excited to see more stuff like this because it creates more competition in the market. And hey, I've never really been to Oklahoma, so this may be a great opportunity for me to go check it out. Let me know what your favorite things are to do in Oklahoma and if you think this park will make a big impact, and especially if you plan on visiting, let us know what you're most excited about down below. All right, now I have to ask you a question. Whenever you go traveling and you're in a parking spot and you're trying to get out maybe from a Disney World parking spot, or you're just parking on the street somewhere, do you ever get major anxiety when somebody parks too close to you? Well, I had to share this video today because this person absolutely amazed me in their ability to get out of a tight parking spot. And this reminds me of the Austin Powers movie. I don't know if you all know what I'm talking about, but the Austin Powers movie where he's trying to pull in and out in this really tight spot and he's not really getting anywhere cracks me up every single time. So whenever you're just about to give up on getting out of the parking spot, just remember this video. And would you also make this attempt, or would you wait for the other people to come and pull out of the way? Would you leave a nasty note on their door? Would you key their car? Heck, I don't know what you would do, but in this tight of a spot, keep in mind whenever you're traveling or you're with your kids and you can't get out of your parking spot, this person should be a hero to you and all of us. On the Weekly Pointers News Update, I always like to share an interesting scenario related around credit cards or money or finance and relationships and how those all intertwine together to create some very interesting scenarios. This week, I've got a very good one. It could be slightly controversial. I've got a poster online that is asking if they are in the wrong for making a move that ultimately is leading to a divorce. So a man and woman in their 30s have been married for several years. The woman comes from a family where her mother was in a very bad relationship and really never had the money to be able to break out on her own and run away essentially from a very bad situation. So her mother told her, hey, whenever you get married, always keep a secret bank account off to the side. That way, if anything ever happens, you can run and get away. All right, so the woman opens up a secret checking account. And over time, as she had a job here and there, she was able to stash away over $20,000 in the account. Not too shabby. Now, the man himself worked 2 jobs to help support his family, and even though he was working 2 jobs, they were still having trouble making ends meet at certain points in their marriage, at some points even having really hard times. Now, the woman never shared any of this over $20,000 with her husband, even in the tough times. Now, one day this man is searching for his birth certificate and some other paperwork that he needed for another job, and all of a sudden he pulls up a bank statement in that stack of papers that shows his wife's name with over $20,000 in a bank account, and he becomes absolutely furious and he says, I can't believe that you kept all this money from me. What are we doing here? We could have really used this money whenever we were going through hard times. And the woman had to explain herself and say, hey, my mom gave me this advice a long time ago, and I wanted to have this extra money just in case something happened. To which the man said, hey, if you didn't trust me enough to get married, then we shouldn't have got married in the first place. He's furious that she didn't help out even in the hard times and just confessed that she had the money and help everybody out. But now he is filing for divorce and they are splitting up. So this story raises a lot of questions. Number one, do you think it's a good idea to have a secret account when you have a family history of negative experiences that could prove that a secret account could be helpful? Number two, should she have shared any of that money with the family when they were going through hard times? And number three, is the man wrong for taking it to the extreme and not understanding his wife's perspective? Should they try to patch it up? I've got to know what you think about this down in the comments below, because when I read the story, it was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I think about this one. There are a lot of pieces to this puzzle. Some of you out there right now may have a secret account. Is it a weight on your shoulders to keep that account secret from a spouse? Is it something that you think about or are worried about? And how does that impact you mentally knowing that you have that secret account? What's going to be interesting is the man is filing for divorce, so he may get half that account anyway. I'm not sure how exactly that's going to play out, but a lot of things to talk about in this scenario. Let me know your thoughts on who is right and who is wrong down below. And if you're familiar with the Weekly Pointers News Update, you know I like to end the show on a good food deal. This week is no exception. This week we are going to Chipotle. Chipotle is giving away a lot of free entrees as part of a promotion with the U.S. women's national soccer team. So when the team scores a go-ahead goal, a tying goal, or a lead extending goal during a game, a unique code for a free entree will be posted on the U.S. women's national soccer team Twitter account. That is at USWNT. And the first 2,500 people who text the code 888-222 will receive one free entree from participating Chipotle locations. So just text that code to the number 888-222 and look for that code on the U.S. women's national soccer team Twitter page. And you can claim your meal through December 31st, 2023, and there's a limit of one entree code per phone number per game. So this does mean that you can win during multiple games, and it's a good way to get more viewers to watch the U.S. women's national team. And this is a great way to get more eyeballs on the games as well. The next game will be against Portugal on August 1st. That's Tuesday at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hey, it's a win-win for everybody. Cheer on the soccer team, eat burritos. I really like this offer. All right, this was a very fun and jam-packed episode. I know there was a lot of bad news this week, but that's not my fault. That's just the way the news falls sometimes. So I do hope that you find it helpful. I am a little bit concerned with the world of Hyatt and what changes could occur in the future. The Citi Advantage Executive Card offer, that's very interesting as well. And I've got to know what you think about that story as it relates to the secret banking account. I think that's going to open up a huge can of worms, but I honestly want to know your feedback on it because my mind went 10 different ways the first time I heard this. So can't wait to hear your feedback on that. Keep in mind, if you're interested in any cards mentioned in today's video or any card for that matter, make sure you apply using my referral link down in the description below. When you apply using that referral link, it greatly helps support the channel, and I can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, click, you're gonna get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, free burritos, and everything in between, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We'll see you soon.